Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Sankriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Usur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, fire forces evacuation of patients. Fiji Airways 7-side books Olympic qualification spot. And oral health for children are concerned.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
Hundreds of patients at the CWM hospital had to evacuate today due to a fire that allegedly started from the laundry building. Patients can also count themselves lucky as firefighters prevented the fire from spreading to nearby buildings. Ali Kimbia with the story.
A first responder to evacuate patients from the CWM hospital described what he had to do to get patients out.
I was at my grandfather's visitation today when we noticed people running to the window, hailing out there's a fire on the maternity side, on the other side. But for that we came from the other side at the emergency, we came running this side and we saw at the scan there was a fire at the laundry.
When FBC News arrived at the scene, firefighters were still trying to put out the fire. With a lot of patients being evacuated and not enough space to cater for them, some were on the streets waiting with their families.
But we thank the Almighty that He gave us that strength to help out the nurses from the top level building to get down the patients from the top. Actually, when I came inside, there was no help at all. They had lack of hands to help out.
At the maternity unit, the foyer was crowded with the mothers trying to check the safety of their babies.
On my way down with a patient, I was carrying an Indian lady. I saw two small babies in the incubator where the two nurses was rushing them down.
Even the nurses and doctors were panicking and they were slow in moving the patients.
The National Fire Authority is still trying to ascertain the cause of the fire. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Fiji Airways 7-side have booked an Olympic qualification spot after beating France 31-10 in its second pool play. The Gareth Baber coach side is one of the 3 teams that have confirmed their spot for next year's Olympic Games. Corey Tandulala reports.
Fiji alongside USA and New Zealand have been guaranteed a spot each for the 2020 Olympic Games. While securing an Olympic qualification was the main aim for all teams, Fiji Sevens captain Paul Andrani Sinkula says the big task is still ahead of them.
Boys are happy for it. We really work hard for it to qualify for the Olympic, and we did it. And yes, we are happy for it, and we'll go back home and prepare for it.
For the USA Sevens, the achievement is a journey that started 3 years ago after failing to secure a direct Olympic qualification in 2015.
I mean, it means so much to qualify for the Olympics. I mean, that was our goal coming into the season. We were targeting top 4, and that was something the US had never achieved before. So I think it's probably considered by some a lofty goal, but that was what we were targeting, and to achieve it feels pretty great. I mean, there's still obviously stuff to work for, but to achieve Olympic qualification is a massive step for us. I mean, 4 years ago we had to go to the NACRA and qualify through that route. And
New Zealand Sevens captain Scott Curry says teamwork and perseverance have gotten them this far.
It's obviously the main goal for this year was to qualify for the Olympics. So yeah, really proud of the boys' efforts throughout the year, and it took a massive effort from our whole squad and management to get to this point, so really proud.
Meanwhile, South Africa is currently in 4th place of the standing but haven't been granted a spot for the Olympic Games next year. The final spot for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics will be decided later on. Corey Tandulala, FBC Sports.
National Federation Party leader Professor Biman Prasad's dire trade of speculating the submission made by Energy Fiji Limited has been put under the spotlight. The Minister for Economy, Ayasaid Qayyum, has finally spoken out, saying NFP is politicizing the issue and their party leader does not understand the commercial realities of how things operate on the ground. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Already prejudging the submission by EFL to increase tariff, the matter is once again being used as a political football by the NFP leader.
The EFL submission says tariff rate should be reviewed every 4 years. This obviously means that consumers must brace for tariff hikes every 4 years.
So here you have the leader of NFP already prejudging it. If he wants to make a submission, he's welcome like anybody else to make a submission. But what is really, I think quite detrimental to the economy is when you have politicians like him trying to interfere with the due process.
Said Kayum says the submission by EFL to increase tariff will be determined by suggestions received from the public. However, Prasad has his own justification on the matter.
EFL also claims that the tariff rates are the lowest in the region. This is the usual argument that we've had. Even lower than some parts of Australia and New Zealand. This is actually nitpicking. I mean, there is no comparison.
Comes along this politician wanting to interfere with it because he wants to play politics, wants to gain popularity, but what he has done in the long term is actually undermine the economic base and the commercial base of that particular sector.
EFL has clarified that the tariff increase is to keep the organization abreast with inflation and to reflect the true electricity cost for Fiji. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The oral health of Fijian children is very important. However, concerns have been raised against irresponsible parents who don't take things seriously. A local dentist is now calling on parents to be more proactive and ensure their children practice good oral health. Dr. Sagar Dhanji recommends children to be seen by a dentist from as early as 1 year. Kritika Kumar reports.
Parents have been urged to regularly brush and clean their children's teeth.
Take a little cloth or something and wipe there. You also get these toothbrushes that just fit over your finger and you just got to just clean them because they can't clean themselves. And I would say up till about the age of 8, every child should be supervised while brushing.
Visiting dentists at an early age will help overcome dental anxiety and intense fear of visiting the dentist.
Just to sort of get the child accustomed to the dental chair and the dentist, because there's a big phobia of dentists all over the world, especially with kids, even adults. And if they do have a good experience with the dentist in a very young age, it actually helps them to sort of, be confident to come into the dentist and do whatever they have to do.
The general manager for Colgate-Palmolive says they even have toothbrush options for infants.
Starting the dental brushing routine as early as possible is paramount, and those toothbrushes obviously provide the best format for the children's teeth and the mouth size that they have at that age, developing age group.
Parents should take children to the dentist from an early age, as with early intervention, it may be possible to eliminate oral disease amongst children. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association, in their 2019-2020 budget submission, have recommended that the government make the tax system fair and equitable. Association Chief Executive Fantasia Lockington says small businesses need to pay less, while big businesses pay more when it comes to service turnover tax and environment and climate adaptation levy. Kritika Kumar reports that all businesses, no matter the size, currently pay 6% for STT and 10% for ECAL.
The FHTA Chief Executive says progressive STT and ECAL tax structure needs to be implemented to lessen the burden for small businesses.
Maybe there needs to be a staggered approach to the taxes, so that as you're making more, then you're paying a little bit more, rather than paying a huge amount.
Ways are being looked at to provide more incentives for development.
Not seeing newer hotels or resorts coming up as often. It's taken a very long time for the few hotels that have come up in the last 5 to 10 years. We'd like to see a lot more of that development happen, and there needs to be a little bit more investment there.
FHTA President Dixon Sito says they will continue to push for a fair trading environment.
What we feel is that if it's good for tourism and if it's good for the economy, then the government should support this. And we have many ideas and suggestions in our budget submission for government to consider.
The FHTA's 2019-2020 budget submission is divided into 3 sections that discusses specific areas that impact tourism and the business opportunities. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Still to come, sunken MV Southern Phoenix removed. And in our successful Fijian segment tonight, a famous restaurant that all started from a van. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambandua na sere.
Hoya ubashitsai so ilambasa
E on totalita ina warrongo na Bula FM namba 2 na sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warrongo na Bula FM namba 2 na sere.
Wana tunga na Bula FM namba 2 na sere maluan.
Na vengo fani na tao.
The sunken vessel MV Southern Phoenix, which sank at the King's Wharf in May 2017, was removed from the Suva harbour yesterday. It took Fiji Ports Corporation Limited 18 months of finalising procedures to see the successful removal of the wreck. The wreck was removed by a Papua New Guinea-based salvage company, Pacific Towing Company Limited. PACTO won the tender process from 3 shortlisted overseas companies and began the wreck removal operation in November 2018. FPCL Chief Executive Vajira Piasena thanks the owner of the sunken vessel Cruise Holdings Limited for their commitment since they were issued with the removal order on May 8, 2017 under the Seaport Management Regulations Act. Approximately $1 million was spent to mobilize the salvaging equipment by PACTO at the vessel owner's cost. Piasena says they hope other derelict vessel owners will utilize this opportunity to have their vessels removed from the area within the Suva port boundary. Under the Seaport Management Regulation Act of 2005, removal of derelict vessels within the port boundaries is the responsibility of the owner. The Fiji Revenue and Customs Service is calling on Fijians to ensure the receipts they receive from any point of sale is fiscalized. Chief Executive Vishwanath Das says a fiscalized receipt will have the quick response code, which people can verify using their Verificator app. Kelly Vidala reports.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Service will be increasing its officers on the ground to ensure tax compliance.
If you are getting receipts that do not have the QR codes, so you must report to us, report to our whistleblower line, our hotline, saying that, I've been to this taxpayer, this shop, and I have not received, and please do give us the evidence of the receipt which is not fiscalized. But in the event it is fiscalized and you want to be sure that, the data is being received at Fiji Revenue and Customs Service, so this is the code that you need to scan on the receipt verificator.
Das adds that Fijians can download the FRCS app instantly on their phone and scan the code.
And there you go, it's verified. It's a green tick, so that receipt is verified. That's how easy it is. And then when you do these scans, you automatically enter into our Consumer Compliance Award program.
FRCS says that those businesses not issuing fiscalized receipts will be issued with infringement notices that have fines up to $50,000. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The Ministry of Agriculture is fully committed to rehabilitating the coconut industry, and part of this rehabilitation is to promote the utilization of whole nuts or coconuts in order to supplement their income. As such, the ministry conducts trainings that provide knowledge and skills on whole nut processing and value adding for those who rely on the coconut industry for their survival. Eleanor Turangaiview reports 19 women and youth in Vanuatu recently completed a 2-week training on coconut processing.
They don't call it the tree of life for nothing. The coconut tree is man's most useful tree, from the leaves right to the roots. This is the takeaway lesson for these 19 individuals who recently completed a 2-week training on whole nut processing.
I have really learned a lot. I learned that from one tree you can make so many things, from furniture to household items, so many things.
The purpose is to promote and create interest among the trainees in order to rejuvenate the ailing coconut industry.
I know that what I've learned here will definitely help my family with some of the amazing things we can create using coconuts.
The participants from the rural and most remote areas of the Kaunrobe, Mbua and Madhuata were urged to use their available resources along with their newly attained skills to improve their livelihoods.
Each one of you will be getting some equipments, machines to make virgin coconut oil, machines to scrape the coconut. We want you to take it back, look after the machines, and we will continue to run this workshop in different parts of Fiji and empower women.
This is the 11th such training conducted by the Ministry of Agriculture throughout the country. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
For any business, it always starts small, then gradually grows. In our successful Fijian segment tonight, we take a look at a mother who beat all the odds of selling food in a van to owning a restaurant at Albert Park in Suva, loved by many who are very fond of her famous roti and curry. Anna Ravulo with the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
This is where the magic happens, but it all started in a van 25 years ago.
We started in a small van, in a yellow van in Walube, just for 1 year. And after that, we started the small kiosk there. We struggled a lot. We were serving people just for $1 a serve that time for lamb curry or chicken curry.
For the mother of 4 boys who lost her husband in 2010 says the struggle of keeping the family together and running the business at the same time did kick in at days.
We struggled a lot. The kids were all small, very small, about 3-4 years, and they all grew up at the restaurant. When my husband passed away, he told me not to close the business. You have to do it, so I managed it somehow. With the help of my 4 boys here.
Finding that the restaurant at the famous Albert Park in Suva vacant, Kumar knew this was going to be the beginning of her famous roti and curry.
Yeah, it was vacant. Somebody was running it, but it was very slow. So we just started with the lamb and rice and all roti, and slowly the customers started to know us and they started to come.
Food prepared on a daily basis all begins in the early hours.
We wake up at about 4:30 to 5 and we do all the cooking here. At home I do it here, then I send it with my son and to the restaurant, and my staffs are there. And my mom here helps me. So as soon as it finishes there, then I do another lot of cooking and I send it over. And we do the roti whole day.
For any restaurant owner, business needs to be consistent. When Kumar's restaurant closed for a while due to the renovation of the pavilion, she did not lose hope in her business at all.
We were closed for almost 3 years because they were renovating and we were just staying home. So we just started lately now.
For Kumar, hard work has always been the key.
You have to work hard, you have to think about your future, no? Because I know. You have to work. I mean, nothing is easy. You have to work hard.
Kumar says she doesn't plan to open more restaurants, however, hopes her 4 boys will continue their business when she passes on. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Up ahead in sports, Fiji ready for quarter-final clash against Ireland. And Mekula to shine in Junior Weightlifting Championship. This and more coming up.
For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nursery. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger.
The Fiji Airways 7 side made a thrilling start to their London Sevens campaign, winning all its pool matches to book a quarter-final spot. After accruing its Olympic qualification spot, Fiji has set its focus on defending their London Sevens title. Koroi Tandulala with the story.
Fiji kicked off its campaign against Kenya with a 24-17 hard-fought victory.
The flashy, and with feet, pace and power like Bushamali's got. And it is Ronnie Sinakula who puts Fiji.
Coach Gareth Baber says they aim to maintain their consistent form throughout the match in order to successfully defend their London Sevens title.
You're always looking for a bit of momentum in it. We had a tough game, as I said, against Kenya. We picked up there. We saw creating some space and finishing some chances, even though it was a tight game. And we've got to go in that mindset all the way through the tournament.
The Poland Ronnie Sinakula captain side pulled a sweet 31-10 victory over France to secure their quarter-final spot.
With nothing but 3 open
open space, up and out in front. And Fiji, after a Fiji, are going to bang in another one. It's Vilamoni Mbutitu back from suspension and back on it to one of the quickest guys on the circuit, and it's going to be Mr. Nitro as well. Oh, how about this? Mr. Nitro.
Meanwhile, Fiji will play Ireland in its quarterfinal match at 11:04 tonight. The Cup quarterfinal will start at 9:58 p.m. Uritandulala, FBC Sports.
The Gareth Baber coach side upset Samoa 26-17 to win its final London Sevens pool games. It was a tough battle between the two Pacific rivals, with Samoa breaking the deadlock to lead 12-7 at the breather. But the Fijians regrouped in the second spell to outclass the Samoan side and seal the victory.
And they'll get there in the end. It's Joshua Vakarunambili Perez. He's got 2 wide to beat. He'll just win it all the way. To Imamba goes again and has the wherewithal to flick it out the back to Sevaloni. To his left, Mafinatangi, weaving run. To Ibuaka will finish it off. There's another offload. There's the sidestep from Nathungu. Well, it was one last chance for Samoa.
The USA 7 side has welcomed the return of its winger Perry Baker after recovering from his jaw injury. The USA side will now be a threat to other teams, with 2 powerhouses likely to field in the rest of the tournament. Coach Mark Friday says he will alternate between Carlin Isles and Perry Baker for the rest of the tournament.
We probably will play them both together at some point, and Carlin will start some and Perry will start others. It's about preserving the energy of the racehorses so that they can go all out every time they get an opportunity. So they share the workload. It doesn't matter who starts or who finishes, as long as they get the job done, and that'll be the approach.
Fiji weightlifting coach Henry Elder says Fiji has the potential to do extremely well in the World Junior Weightlifting Championship, which begins next month. Elder says despite the lack of world-class weightlifting facilities in the country, most of the lifters have proven their worth to represent the country. Elder says one lifter in particular is Ani Mekula Winnie of Neitasiri, who will be participating in the 59 kg, who just started weightlifting in February. He says despite the short span of time given to Winnie, she has managed to deliver good results.
We've got this talented girl here. We think that she probably will do well in weightlifting, and sure enough, on the first day she attempted the snatch and the clean and jerk. She did well, so she's been drafted in, and we're working with her, and she's come a long way.
The table-topping Canterbury Crusaders held off the Auckland Blues 19-11, while the Melbourne Rebels stepped up the pressure in the Australian Conference. The win ensures the Crusaders maintain their lead in the New Zealand Conference at 53 points. Meanwhile, the Sharks pulled a 10 points difference to beat the Lions 27-17 this morning. The Sharks scored 2 tries in the first half to lead the Lions 14-7. They then extended their lead with 13 points in the second spell to seal the victory. A shallow low-pressure system embedded along a trough of low pressure remains slow-moving over the southern parts of the country. Now we take a look at the west. A beautiful sunny day with Bar hitting just over 30 degrees. And eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, similar conditions prevailed. However, Suva did have some cloudy periods. And up north, another hot day with Lambasa hitting 33 degrees. At sea, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas, moderate southerly swells. For the tides, the next high tide is at 1:06 p.m, followed by low tide at 6:56 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:31. As for tomorrow, another hot start to the week, and looking further on to Tuesday, same weather conditions to prevail. Recapping the main stories, fire forces evacuation of patients. Fiji Airways 7 side books Olympic qualification spot, and oral health for children a concern. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM to our poll question segment. This week, we're asking, should speed bumps be installed along the Nosori to Nakasi corridor? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jackson Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.